Hello, everyone. Come on in. We're going to talk about Kenya and what's going on, what's being alleged, what's being talked about. And I say to you, how does an event that's supposed to be something positive end up like this? Let's get to the disclaimer so then that way we video as soon as you come in. That's how you support the channel for free, is liking and sharing. Let's go. So thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please share if you care. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about what's on Instagram, what's on Twitter, what's going on in the news around the world. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Okay, yeah, it's going to take everyone a few minutes to come in. It takes everyone a few minutes to get the notifications. So we're going to, of course, talk about Kenya and Brittany. Of course, for the last, let's say, 2 months, people have been talking about Portia and Simon. Now, of course, people are talking about Brittany and Kenya. If you don't know, because of course we have a lot of new people that come into the room, there was an event that Kenya had, and it was a reopening, grand opening of her spa. So, of course, the Bravo cameras were there, and everyone, it was an invite only. So, if you didn't have an invite, you should have been there. Of course, people can be outside, do whatever they want, of course, just to see, the Real Housewives of Atlanta people. So, of course, Bravo's filming. She has Portia comes, Cynthia was there, Shamia was there. I don't know if Drew was there. That's the only thing. I don't know if I saw Drew outside, people taking pictures or whatever. I know Portia, Kenya, Shamia, and I'm not certain. So we're getting conflicting information whether Brittany was there while the alleged posters were shown. Was Brittany there at all? Did Brittany get an invite? All that's, I wouldn't say that it's important or relative, but the biggest thing is if there was alleged poster boards that was shown, that's where everybody's saying that's the concerning part. So let's get to what people are talking. Okay, this is where we're going to talk about for today. Basically stating these are the poster boards and the moment when Kenya showed them at the hair spa. It honestly doesn't look like they saw blah blah blah, Brit blah blah blah. So this is what people are saying. And I was saying insurance fraud and da da da. So it looks like there's a whole list of stuff, but they're saying that these are the poster boards that was brought up. Now, whether that's true or false, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny because I wasn't there. But did her team know? Did her team see the poster boards? Did Bravo know what her story was going to present? Did she show the poster boards to Bravo saying this is what we're going to cover? And we're seeing that there's a list of something on here. We're seeing that there's a list of something on here. So you would imagine whatever was going on, she would have had to sit down with producers and say, this is what we're going to cover. This is what we're going to talk about. These are the poster boards I'm going to show. You understand what I'm saying? Whenever the girls sit down and they talk about the show, they normally sit down with the producers. The women on the show just don't not communicate with the producers of what's supposed to happen. come on in, everyone, come on in and say hello. Please like the video as soon as you come in. It really helps the channel and it turns on the notifications for everyone to know that I'm live. And also subscribe to the page. But that's what they're saying, that these are the alleged boards. Now, whether that's true or false, and this is just something she had, or this was something around her office, but we also see that Kenya's denying. Kenya's saying, I would never. She's basically saying she didn't do it. And she didn't distribute any private images, footage, and or solicit images or footage owned by others, or threatening, blackmail of anyone. And then she's basically saying she can't talk about the storyline. She can't talk about anything. She's basically saying it's fake news. So what's really going on and why? As we know, Kenya has been talked about and not even really having a storyline. People have been talking about her spa, going by the spa, trying to get appointments. We understand all that. And this should have been a decent event, but I told y'all, Bravo loves situationships. Bravo loves when there's issues, there's problems. They love for these women to show something for reaction. Bravo loves when these girls do things for reaction. Many people from the messages from Twitter, from Instagram, people are saying we would think that Kenya would be smarter than this. There's no way Kenya did this. She's too bright. She's too intelligent. She has businesses. She has a daughter. There's no way that she would put all of that at risk to do this to a young lady. And people are saying, okay, well, what is the truth then? And Kenya's basically saying this is fake news. Nice, the revenge allegations. I have never distributed private images of footage of anyone. That's what she's saying. She's basically denying it. She's basically saying, I will be vindicated. But the biggest thing is, why should she have to be vindicated? How is it that this is even happening? Let's see. Yeah, I'm just wondering, of all things to be talked about you, to say that you've done, of all things, everybody's kind of like, we know Bravo don't really, well, this is the biggest thing. I've talked about this before. Bravo loves when people have relationship problems. Bravo love when people are going to get a divorce. Bravo love when you can't get along with people. Bravo love if you act like you're high school and you can't, you know, you talk behind people back. Bravo loves, when people are having family problems. They love it. They love it. They call it good TV. And they love when you know how to shade. And they love when you know how to read somebody down. Bravo is not a place. I mean, it's similar to Zeus, but people are richer. Bravo loves when people shade each other, disrespect each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the faint of hearts, because you have a life outside of Bravo, and people could say, well, why did you do this in your face? Why did you do this in your face? And then for me, everybody, I did a video yesterday because I'm like, well, okay, can you not see what Martell went through in regards to what he went through in regards to Melody? So that was what I was saying. I was like, I just don't see it. But people are saying, people came out of the event upset. And a lot of people signed possible NDAs. So a lot of people aren't really supposed to speak about the show. And we don't even know when the show's going to come on. The show could possibly come out, November. Is it going to come out November, December? Like I said, Kenya's denying it all. But everybody's saying that these are the possible boards. But like I said, this is saying insurance fraud, and there's a bunch of notes on there. But somebody took the pictures, and it's interesting because somebody, and I was saying, you would think that her team or someone would have took the pictures of the poster boards. The next day, somebody's showing the poster boards. But it's kind of like she's basically saying, I will be vindicated. Let's see. King's basically saying, Belina, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see, and the truth always comes out. So do y'all believe, Kenya, that this is false? And somebody's just trying to drag her in the media? People been talking about Portia for the last 2 months. So are all the ladies going to be like this, having some kind of something in the media before the show even starts? Are they trying to take a formula from Love and Marriage Huntsville, be more interesting on the media sites than the actual show? you know, is that what's going on? And the biggest thing is, I don't think Andy said anything. But Brittany has basically stated whatever the law is in Atlanta. Brittany did post that. So it's a sad thing. And then many people were talking about Portia was trying to give a breakdown of all the women, and we were like, you're just trying to distract away from your divorce. People were like, Portia, we don't want to hear what you have to say about the women. We want to hear from them. And Drew hasn't said much. She's taken pictures. She's shown up for herself. Drew hasn't said much or done much. She's taken pictures. I'll probably do a video in regards to that later. But yeah, people are like, Kenya, what's going on? Did you? Didn't you? And if you did, why? Why mess up your brand? Why put your brand at risk? And then it's kind of like, if it comes out that it didn't happen, then it's going to be like, okay, you guys are creating fake storylines. But there's basically saying people were upset, and that's why the event was cut short. That's why they're saying it was cut short. And we understand that it's being reported that Kenya's spa, they're trying to bring stuff around that spa as far as a storyline, because we know Kenya opened the spa a while ago, and it's being reported that her spa hours are maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. It's her business, and she can open it, close it. She can do whatever she wants. She has to pay rent on it. You understand? So whatever she's doing with her business, I'm sure it's gonna be like a great write off, because she's using that spot possibly for filming. Because as we're being told, Bravo cameras were there, and maybe they wanted her to have something to where she could film, because she normally films from her house or a restaurant, and maybe they wanted her to switch it up. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, the biggest thing is Kenya is now divorced. Cynthia got a divorce from Mike. Eva got a divorce. Portia going through a divorce. Who else? Drew alleged going through a divorce from Ralph. So there's so many of the housewives that's gone through a divorce, been through a divorce, or are divorcing. So now they're going to bring new women on. I don't know how many of the women are married. And I hope that none of those women will be the ones that's divorcing in a year or so. Where they do that at? Where people aren't saying, hey, support families, support, mothers and fathers. And you remember, it was reported that Tamar Braxton, she was asked to be on the show. And she's like, why would I go on that show? And I think people wanted her to go on that show because she's messy in the media. Her and JR have gotten together, broke up, got engaged, broke up. He was dating other people, and then there was posts about it. So I think, and then Tamar was kind of like, that's a little bit above me. But people are like, on your show, the Braxtons, Tamar's extremely messy. So that's probably why they asked her. And she was like, no, I'm not doing it. Probably because she wants to focus on her own family show. Because as we know, RIP to Tracy, Tracy's no longer here. And remember, the Braxtons, Tracy was filming while the other family members were saying, no, we need a raise. Y'all need to do better. So The Braxton was actually on hiatus. So let me know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's true? Do y'all think that these are Kenya Moore's denying it? She's saying it's not true. She's saying she will be vindicated. Um, she's basically saying she would never do that. Then they're saying that this is the alleged boards that was there. So did it happen? Did it not happen? Did somebody now show? I mean, it's nothing showing right here, so I can show that there's alleged poster boards. So did she have different poster boards that was a story of something and then that popped up? Because then I had said, think about it. I had said, who created the poster boards for her, and who did not in their mind say, no, this is not a cool thing to do because this could possibly cause some legal issues. Did she do this on her own? Did someone from her team? If it's a poster board and not a picture that just happened to be there, you know what I'm saying? Somebody took time out to gather that information, put it on a poster board. That's where it just stuns me. Whatever the situation is, that's what they're saying. These are the poster boards, and the moment that Kenya showcased them at her hair spa event, it honestly doesn't look like they saw a Brit. And then they saying next Jen Shaw. Oh, they calling her next to Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw went to jail. I mean, in regards to Atlanta, the laws are very clear that you're not supposed to present, show, obtain, share. We talked about Martell. I don't know why that would even be a thing. I mean, there's several people that could talk about several things. Now, like I said in my video yesterday, I can see if she is showing like a before and after. But if it is in regards to Revenge P, that's where it's going to be concerning. Who's going to want to show somebody's quality time with their man? You understand what I'm saying? Who would go that low? Who would stoop that low? Who would do that? Who would put their selves and their family at risk of showing something like that? I don't know, y'all. I mean, the biggest thing is, if this is true, it's going to be a concern. Could it be a concern for Bravo? And she would have had to sit down with a producer and tell them what she was going to do. So I don't know. She's saying believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Now, why is she saying half of what you see? uh, mm-mm. Y'all let me know in the comments. Did Kenya do it? Did she not do it? Is this false information, false reporting, false storyline? If they're not going to be filming and it's not even going to show for the next 3 or 4 months, will it be? Let's see, how is she even? I mean, the biggest thing is some people like Kenya, some people don't. The show is sad because it don't paint women in a good light. When you look at how Bravo women are treated and you look at how Beverly Hills women are treated, it's a concern. They're treated different, but the women act different. So it's kind of like you got to be responsible for your image, your brands. You got to remember that you're a parent. You know what I'm saying? You got to say, I'm not going to do that. Okay. You might not get a check. You got to be able to tell Bravo what you're willing to do and not do. I mean, I talked about this yesterday. She has Kenya Moore Hair Care, and she's in Sally's. She's in, I don't know if she's in CVS or Walgreens, but she's been in Sally's for a while. And I'm sure she'll probably be selling her products in her own store. As a parent, most parents say, I'm not doing anything to go to nobody's jail. You got me twisted. I'm a parent, and if she's a single parent, because it don't seem like her and her ex communicate well in regards to the daughter. So most people wouldn't do stuff that's going to cause an issue or mess up their image. But then you got Portia that's saying, you know, a person was saying, what is Portia going to do? Steal somebody else's man? And she's like, yeah, yours. Portia's like, I'll take your man too. And the biggest thing is that's Portia's way of how she wants her storyline to be. And look at what Candy was doing. You know, putting things in women's undergarments. That in itself was a legal issue. So I'm sorry, some of these women do stuff that they shouldn't be doing on TV. And it's sad. What advice do I give? Um, Not to do anything that could mess up your brand, not to do anything that could cause you to go to jail, not to do anything. I mean, if a lot of people are talking about it, it's different if people are saying we thought we saw something. There was a picture that was on the floor. How did she get it? No, they're saying that she had poster boards. And then after she showed it, people exited her event. I don't know. I mean, Portia had dated Simon and he was a married man. And she kind of like, she didn't care. She's basically saying, I leveled up. You know, you got Cynthia and Peter. You know, Peter's talk about doing a podcast. Cynthia was going in on Peter years ago. You know, then you had the Mike situation. You know, he hanging out with a bunch of women. And Cynthia's like, oh, they're just friends. Okay. And then they got a divorce. So it's like some of the stuff we see what's going on. Um, I'm a woman who is lost in life. What advice? Okay, so you're a woman who's lost in life. What advice do you give? I say stay prayed up. I say stay prayed up. Write down what your goals are, what your aspirations are. Save money, stack money. Be around people that's lighthearted fun. Don't be in a I can give a lot of advice. Don't be in a room that people are talking about everybody. Because when you leave the room, they're gonna talk about you. I'm a type of person that loves to save. I love to pay cash for my cars. I love to pay cash for stuff. I'm not a spender in regards to a credit card and you know, you're spending their money, but then you have to give them more of the money back. But yeah, be around people that's loving and kind. You know, be around people that respect you and respect yourself. If you're going through hard times or you don't understand what the man above is doing, you question what is going on, just find your strength and find your peace and find your joy. Um, a lot of times I tell people protect your peace. You don't have to be a part of every conversation. What if you're not religious? Is money everything? I wouldn't say if you're not religious, that's cool. Just find peace within yourself. Find peace within yourself, understanding in yourself, be in a good space, be in a positive space. If you're feeling sad, lonely, find some comedy shows to watch. Um, Money isn't everything. Money helps though. Let's be real. Money helps take stress down. You know, I remember some of my friends talking about, you know, when they take care of bills, they take care of everything the beginning of the month. And then that way they don't have to worry about stuff. And I said, yeah, I get that. Have a good group of friends that's talking about positive things that they're doing. You know, I do a lot for the community. So if somebody has a need, I help with medical supplies. I help people that have dogs and they can't get proper dog food. You know, I help with a bunch of stuff, giving stuff to like family members. I have kids. I see stuff out, you know, grab something. You know, last year I grabbed a bunch of summer stuff that was on sale. And then this summer, you know, the kids are having a great summer this year. So I'm a giver. So I'm a very big giver. Some at to a fault at sometimes, and I have to kind of back away and focus on myself a little bit. But I just wish Kenya well. Her being a mom, it's important for her to protect herself. Just like I said, in regards to what Candy did, What if you're broke? If you're broke, there's different agencies that can help you with housing stuff. There's different agencies that can help you with rent stuff. Get out there and get the resources going. You know, get out there and ask for help. I remember a person, some of our friends were talking. There was a friend that was going through a divorce and they had no car. And all of a sudden, they're talking to a bunch of people. It's like, oh, I have an extra car. I have an extra car. You could just pay me, $250 a month, and then you'll pay it off. I know you. So interesting, if you're around friends that have stuff, sometimes people will help you out. Let's see. Yeah, but back to Kenya. I'm wishing her well. People are, because this is not about me. Kenya Moore denies revenge. Um, and she was basically saying, did you like the video? Like the video as you guys come in. There's 4 people in the room and I only have 2 likes. There was 10 and now there's 4. So yeah, she's denying. Um, and she's basically saying, she'll be vindicated. And will she be vindicated? I mean, I like that Kenya's denying it, you know, and this is not advice. It's not legal advice. This is not financial advice. People have to be careful of what they say because YouTube will think that you're giving legal advice or financial advice. That's not it. It was just general conversation. But yeah, what do you think in regards to the boards? Someone is saying these are the boards. Whether these are the actual boards or not, I don't know. But I'm wishing everyone well. I hope everyone has a great and blessed Sunday. I'll probably be back in the next 30 minutes, maybe. But I wanted to do this. Sometimes, if you're looking for the Kenya stuff, sometimes I've been trying to do videos, not every day, most likely every other day. But as it's unfolding, I've been trying to update everyone, So let's see what happens in the next month. Let's see what happens in regards to the show. If this did happen, of course they'll have to blank it out. And they may even have to fast forward of everybody leaving and thinking, okay, the event is over. But well wishes of Kenya. I hope this is not true. But, people have been talking about Portia. You already know it's a concern. She wanted that man, she got that man, and Portia's now getting a divorce from that man. I was one of the ones that said, just like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, I said this 3 months ago. And people do take my zingers, so I've learned now too, in regards to my zingers and what I say, I have to post about it because then people make it seem like you took that zinger from them. I've been saying Portia and Brad Pitt for the longest, and that was Portia's decision. She wanted that man, she got that man. Now she going through divorce from that man, and that man has been posting almost every week since they talked about getting a divorce. So, what wishes to Kenya and Brittany? If it's true, it can be a concern. If it's not true, how did it get out and who would want to make Kenya look this way? But like she said, she denied it. Someone's trying to say these are the boards. So everyone have a great Sunday. Thanks for being here. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. And enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, I hit 1 million views about 2 months ago in regards to my whole page. So I am trying to get to 50K in the next 4 months or by the end of the year. I'm trying to get to 50K. Me having 1 million views, I should have a good 200 to 300K as far as subscribers. I should have that, if not half. So you have to ask. Ask and you shall receive. So like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget for the replay game, hit the like button. That's free. And everyone, goodbye. Be blessed.